two-car garage, so I have lots of furniture pieces in here that are taking up a lot of space, but they are carrying items or storing items inside of them. So as you can see, I use every inch of space to store what I can and where I can, these items that I just put into the garage. And so I just put everything everywhere. And here's what it looks like on my left side of the garage. I created a little skinny path. I need light. There we go. So you can see I do have skinny paths so I could pass by, and there's stuff under furniture. It's a big white table, so there's stuff under there, stuff on top of it. And a lot of this stuff is not going for sale. Some of it is, but a lot of the stuff that is going for sale is already stored inside containers. The problem is I put stuff in front of those containers that the items that are for sale are in, and then I have a hard time getting the items out of the containers. So that's has caused a problem for me, and I'm trying to work on that now. We did have a couple of deaths in the family, unfortunately. We've had 3 people pass away. Seems like every year there was someone passing away, and it's been really hard on me. But I'm ready to start over and work on this garage and get it organized to what it used to be. Oops, sorry about that. And I had just gotten really tired. I wasn't keeping up on keeping the items in here organized, and so this is what I've got now. As you can see, that little skinny path leads to back here. Again, just a whole mess of stuff that's not put away, just left out on top of tables. I gotta get rid of a lot of this stuff as well. A lot of stuff migrates from in the house out here. As you can see, just empty boxes. And since I do resell, I have boxes for shipping. But most of this stuff is not reselling. The majority of this stuff is not to be resold. So there's only a few places where I have the stuff that's being resold, and it's already packaged and in its containers. But I have a lot of stuff like in the way of those containers, and I can't get to the stuff that is being resold. And it's really hard for me to have my stores open in several places and still be able to pull the item that has sold if it's behind all of this stuff. It is very difficult for me to get an item out. But every day I will start to do it again. I will start to work on this. Keep kicking that. But here we are back again at the door. My safe spot. So let's just start out looking more closely at what I've got here. Okay, so this table is completely full. I've actually just covered it with a box so I could have another flat surface. But down there's a whole mess of books and odds and ends, I guess. Let's start with going, instead of going to our left, instead of going to our right, we're gonna go to our left. Yeah, so this is on my left side. So I have see things like this. They're just pulled out, and there's they should have been put away, right? In theory, but they were not. And so they're just out on the floor. These are some of the toys that I have for sale. They are sealed in zipper bags and inside of this file cabinet. So the stuff that's going for sale is actually sealed. The truck on the floor, for example, was not going to go for sale. And then at the bottom here, maybe I should have more file cabinets. Maybe I shouldn't. I don't really know how to store stuff actually. And down here, there's just a whole mess of stuff that's maybe I'll have this DVD box and then there's no DVD. So I'm waiting to see if I can find the DVD. Otherwise, I don't even know why I have this stuff in here. It's just like toys that went with other toys. I can't find the other parts anymore. So that's in that bottom drawer down there. This file cabinet is pretty big. The one on the side of it here is pretty tall, but the drawers are smaller or skinnier. And I think one or two of them kind of make a really loud noise. It's like these are some of my arts and crafts items that are for sale, but they're completely sealed away. And these are my home improvement items or things I need in my house. Electricity wires, doorknobs, spray paints, sandpaper, clamps, whatever you can think of that you would need like for home improvement. Oh god, it's this door. Sorry about that, guys. It's this door that makes a horrible noise. And so all three of these top ones are home improvement except for the last bottom one, which is for sale. And then I have that big toy from my son and that one from my son. Definitely gotta get rid of them. Wrapping paper stuff, and these are like sealed spoons and forks like you get from the lunches. And these are gift bags, and this tote right here is a camping bucket. Probably should be getting rid of it because I don't think I'm gonna be going camping anytime soon. So since passing of my mom, I don't think I really want to go camping anyways. Might just get rid of that. Let's go down here, and then as you can see, it's piled high way back there. The white thing is covering a dryer, an electric dryer that we never used. And it's a good one, but we never used it, so it's just sitting back there. There's also a table right in back of that, in front of that, and then there's buckets, and then there's, as you can see, there's a table there and a dresser on that side. Ay, ay, ay. There's a wagon here filled with my son's toys and our bags. Down here, there's just like totes in buckets. There's a big blue bucket right down top. It has books. There's two buckets down there under that wooden table. There's let's see, there's this bucket right here. I think it's empty. So as you can see, I even have buckets that are empty, and I don't even know sometimes. So this metal shelf right here, I really like the height of it. I wish this one could have been a little higher so I could put stuff in it, but it's really low, and all this stuff out here has to be like removed and then maybe use it usefully, because this one down there is ready to go. That one's mine right there. This one right here is stuff for sale. That's baby stuff for sale. That one is clothes for sale. So they're in bags and then they're completely sealed. This one here is it's supposed to be our food shelf, but as you can see, I put anything everywhere, So, it's just a rag here that I was using to hammer in one of the shelves. Food back there, or drinks back there, and food up there. Again, another lid, just things that get put wherever. But back here I have this thing for like cakes and stuff like that. That's also camping stuff, which is probably gonna go. And back there I have magazines. I have a collection of GameStop magazines. The gaming informer. So I have those collections back there. Otherwise, these shelves need to be reorganized and cleaned up. See down here, I have my bucket. Well, there's stuff on top of them, but that's my bucket. And then I think this one is my stuff too. This one is stuff for sale. This one is my buckets for my containers for inside the house, like containers to take food or store food in. So they're in that bucket. And down here, I have a bucket down there. Those things are for sale. This is one jacket in a huge bucket for sale. There's bags. There's one bag of computers and one bag of papers. These are, what is that? I can't even see. What is it? Okay, those are items that are for sale. Those are for sale. So as you can see, the things that are for sale are way in the back or under stuff, and they're kind of hard to get to. So I gotta make sure that these things are easier for me to get to. And as on the top is completely full with books. So I have a lot of books here. Odds and ends again, just a lot of stuff just put on top of everything. Get out of here. Okay. Squeezing my way out. Over here in front, next to this stroller, is just down here. I have a basket or bucket container, I guess you could say. It has full of hangers, but hard to get to because it's under a table. A lot of stuff in front of it, a lot of stuff in front of this buckets. These two buckets are my son's, the trains, Legos. These things I gotta go through because I don't even know what's in there now. On top of the stroller is just some things that I had put in the garage because I wanted to put them away. But obviously, as you can see, I have not done it yet. So, yeah. Gotta get that done. Let's see, to my right. Okay, there's some computers, some boards, a bag of paper, my son's school stuff. And these are two containers that they're from items from the house, like things we don't use all the time, but like ice trays, and there's a lampshade in there, like a street lampshade. Two of these round chairs that are in great condition, but they're not being used. There's a huge bucket of water there. Oh, there's a pack of hangers. What? I don't know why that pack of hangers is there. Okay, I gotta pull that out of there. And I have a freezer here in the garage. It's lately we've been pulling meat from here, so it's practically empty. I'm gonna have to start filling it up this coming month. That's coming. We'll have a few down there, one up there, so I'll have to fill that up. And let's see what's over here. The stuff on the floor in front of other stuff. This is my insert for the middle of my dining table. I brought it out here because I shortened my table. This piece here, I really love it. It's really strong and sturdy. You can carry a lot of weight on top of it. It has a lot of tool items like a wrench, screwdriver, maybe picture hooks, sandpapers, small things that you can you'll need. This down here and this one is like little cabinet doors with two shelves inside. They hold, one of them holds tool stuff, the other one holds games, I mean toys. These things are just up here is just a whole bunch of things that just been put out here and on top of it. That's basically it. This over here on this side is a metal shelf, and I have this bucket here is mine. All the stuff on top of it has to go except for that. That is items that are for sale. This one here is just a bucket that's been just filled with a few stuff. It's gotta be filled up with something else. These buckets in here, I put little buckets inside of big buckets. Isn't that weird? So I put those in there, but I'm gonna have to remove those from that. And stuff up here, just again, it's just being put out here on top of the shelf. So there's some food in on this shelf here. I wanted this to be like a food shelf. So this is gonna be one of my pantry shelves. It has my ragu, it has some root beers back there, has apple juices, and up here is gonna be, I don't even know, but there are a few things here that are for sale and other things that are not. I do have a bag back there with boxes for jewelry. Up here is just the plush stuffed animals. In both of these buckets, they're just plush stuffed animals. Those are going for sale. They haven't even been posted though yet. So yeah, right on the other side of that table insert. So after the table insert is this stack of containers. So I have these two small stack of containers here in the front, and behind this little doll here, you can see there's two more plastic containers back there. To tell you the truth, I don't even know what's in them. There's two big tote bags on top filled with stuff. I don't know what's in these either. And then at the bottom, there are two huge green totes. So, and then the container front is just full of lids. There's 4 little buckets here filled with stuff. Behind that is a file cabinet. Actually, it's not a file cabinet, it's 2 file cabinets I have put on top of each other. So I put two drawers on top of each other, so that way they could stand up tall. Some boxes on top of that. That's an empty box on top, and the bottom one was supposed to be an oven for my mom. Gonna have to get rid of that now. So on the side of this metal shelf, back over here on this side, is a whole mess of boxes and a TV in front of this like metal file cabinet. It's not too tall or anything, but it does go down. It has 3 shelves, so there's one all the way at the bottom with some of my things. These things are not going for sale. And then there's the second one, that's my stuff here, and then the third one here, my stuff here. And then the top here, I might have to sell some of these things that are on top. But there's a few things there. They might have to go. And then over here on the side of that is just stuff in the front. Again, I always pile stuff in the front of other stuff. There's a black shelf back there, and it has one of my buckets at the bottom. So it has a house bucket that I would use for stuff in the house. It's down there. I can't get it out obviously because I put stuff in front of it. A whole mess of tall things there, brooms, pipes, some stuff from furniture, and buckets here. These 2 buckets here are going, and there's some stuff up there, those are art supplies actually for my son's school. Art supplies are there. I have a bubble wrap container there, a drawer from my refrigerator that I had to replace, and just a barbecue thing. So on the side of that black shelf, I have this shelf. So it's a metal shelf with wood slats. So these are containers. These ones do have items that are going for sale. Those are sealed. This one's not. This is just something that was put into this bucket. I gotta put another bucket maybe in this spot too. Maybe some smaller buckets up top so that we don't have to take down. So I don't have to take down the huge one. But that's a blender thing that I use for crafts. That's for camping, or it's just a tennis racket. Net. Tiger, some boxes. So that's what's on that shelf, that metal shelf there. And in the front of that, because obviously I made myself like a really skinny path. So there's two shelves and then the skinny path right here. And then I have this long metal shelf again. Some metal filing cabinet, so it's right next to that. And so this is what is behind that. It's a metal filing cabinet and it just has some buckets down there, and it has 3 plastic containers up here at the top and more containers all the way up. Something wrong with that bear. I think he needs help. Anyways, up here's piled high. Of course, I love my piles, I guess. Okay, so it's my son's cars here, and I'm not gonna get rid of that. So let's just start heading back. I'll take you guys back to the front. Okay, so the door's behind me to get in, and then I'm just gonna step over these things that I've managed to put right in front of me. Oh, these are some Barbies here. Stacks of stuff, of course. Who would I be if I didn't have stacks everywhere, right? I'm the lady who loves stacks. Look at these stacks of books. Stacks of baskets over here on this side now. I have stacked up items tall in front of this little piece of furniture here that is behind them. And of course, the furniture piece has buckets inside, or most likely. There's buckets up here, baskets up there. There's these 2 big bags right here. And then there's, on this side, there's some buckets under this table thing over here on this side. Let's see, so near that Hot Topic bag, I have more buckets in back of the Hot Topic bag, stacked up high, of course. And yep, all the way up. And then back there, I have stuff stacked up as well. So we start like, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry. And these buckets are all piled high. It looks like it can fall any minute. Then we have this direction here to go through. We have 2 extra big bags of the science diet for our dog. He's elderly, so we have to get these kind shipped to us. We have big bags of clothes, it looks like, some binders, 2 big under bed storages. These are gonna go. There is a kitchen back there a toy kit, a kid's toy kitchen. What is? I don't know which one it is, but it's one of those huge plastic ones. There's a dinosaur my son made for a school project. Another bucket. This one is empty. So do have some buckets to put stuff in. I just gotta make sure I do it. There's what is this? What is that? A science? That's a telescope? No, not a telescope. There's some buckets and bags in here in front of us. Here, what these look like plush, maybe. Yeah, these are like plush. There's somebody being squished down there. That's too bad. But there's some guys here at the top. They're fine. These are the poles. Now, how you buy those cheap storage things. There's some extra poles. I put this together with some of those extra poles. So, and that's on top of a coffee table. So it's not even, one whole piece. Uh, Whatever. Just needed somewhere to put stuff up. So, yeah, that is that. And then let's see what's on this side. This side is a bucket down here with another bucket on top of that, and another one, and then another one. So, really tall buckets going on here. Looks like, what is that? Big bags in the back there. There's a stroller, an umbrella stroller. So there's some stuff back there as well. And let's see what else we got. So let's move on to our next section. We got there's some little things here that need to be gotten out of the way. We just got this black shelf like last month, so a few things are up here, not too many, but we need to use this shelf. Get a lot of storage up into the shelf. There's one bucket down there that I think I'm gonna pull out, move to the other metal shelf we saw earlier. Things need to be put in those. Those are probably gonna stay there. Those are things that are for sale. So those are like my kids' doll houses. And yeah, so I forgot, this shelf here, this wooden one. It has a few things on top of it, and inside it's like a huge wardrobe closet, wardrobe or closet. So it has a lot of little buckets in it. So I obviously can't get to that right now because it's completely blocked. So I have to wait to clean out that until I move the stuff that's in front of it. But I think I'm gonna need another one of these black shelves because obviously a lot of this stuff needs to go on it. Those are my shipping boxes. That orange bag and that blue thing is something I have to go through. Those are car things, and that green thing, a little refrigerator there. What are these? Some toys, baby toys. These are my dog's snack things. We have a lot of empty boxes of Legos just because I don't want to get rid of them because I want to know what they're supposed to look like. But I have a bucket down there as well in this little metal shelf that's at the back here. I'll get this box out of the way. I don't know what this was from. I don't know where to really move it to. Oh gosh, okay. I'm gonna leave it there for now. There's some more boxes down there. So yeah, there's just a lot of stuff actually in this area, going on in this area alone. I don't really know. Sometimes I like to just stand here and try and figure it out. Where can I put this stuff or where can I put that stuff? Sometimes I just don't know, so a lot of this stuff has to be thrown away. I think I'm gonna be throwing away a lot of this stuff just so I can start over again with fixing this thing up, because I don't know that I can fix it up with all this clutter inside of here. But I'm gonna do my best. There's a dresser back there. There's some stuff up there. I have empty boxes here in these two. There's something in that. There's this dresser. This is where I have a lot of the items that are for sale. As you can see, I put a whole bunch of boxes in front of this dresser. So it's hard for me when something sells for me to move all these boxes out of the way, get the item out, and then put all the boxes back whilst they'll be in the way of something else. So I do have to get rid of these things. Way back there is my husband's stuff. I don't go back there. There's like a huge TV box blocking the way, so I don't go over there. He has car parts and stuff like that. So on the side of that is this. A coffee table that's gonna go to the trash. There's some containers underneath. As you can see, just put some stuff on top, boxes that have to go, a few items that I need to look at. Throw these away maybe. Oh, back there I have, oh, look at this shelf is barely standing on top of another shelf, and it goes all the way up there because I needed some space to put these things on, but I'm getting rid of these things ever so slowly. Pretty soon, maybe this won't even be here. All this stuff should be gone, hopefully. I'll try and repost again like in 1 month to see if I can get more work done and what I can get done. See if this looks a little better. This is a hamper here. It has obviously stacks of clothes on it. There's 3 huge buckets on top of that. That's where the wagon is on that side. It's carrying a lot of stuff as well. Okay. And then back here I have, if we squeeze through the little camera through the little hole, there's a bucket lid right there. It scared me for a second there. There's a whole bunch of stuff on this chair. And then there's clothes back there. There's a bucket down there. There's the clothes rack there. There's buckets on top of the wooden table that you can see from the other side. So there's stuff all over the place. Sometimes I don't even know where to start cleaning up. What do you pick up first? Because you have to have somewhere to put it down, to save it. And I'm not sure that everything has a spot, and everything should have a spot and a spot for everything, or else why do you even have it? And so I don't even know where to put some of this stuff sometimes. We're going back towards the door that I came in from, so these are just some buckets that are under this huge white table full of books. This table, the whole table is just full of books, stacks and stacks of books. I've gotten a lot of books for my son for his reading in junior high, and now I'm thinking I gotta get rid of a lot of these books. Buckets down there holding up books. These are my son's school supplies, his papers not supplies, because he's already done the work. Why am I keeping the papers? I don't know. His old backpacks. I should get rid of a lot of this stuff. I hold on to stuff so much. It's just, I shouldn't be, I know it. And sometimes I just can't get rid of stuff. I think I might need it later, but I probably won't. So, I like this mat here. I wish I could really use it, but it's just on top of a table, giving support to these books. So that way I can stack more all the way to the edge. And we're back at the door, my safe spot. I'm gonna start working on this, and I'm gonna need some luck, so wish me luck, guys, because this is a lot of work. And I'll check back in a month and I'll post another video and see how I'm doing. Until then, bye.